Well, that was strange. I just tried to go live and it just straight up didn't work. All right, I decided to go live here. There is literally the tornado of the year happening out here in Nebraska currently. We just have a stationary or a near stationary strong tornado just sitting in the middle of an open field out here in southwest Nebraska. Absolutely insane tornado happening out in this area. I was outside for like 50 minutes and I came back and this is what I saw. Apparently, it's been on the ground for about 45 minutes. So, literally, when I went outside and then came back inside, like I left just before it touched down and then I came back and here it is still on the ground. So, a very strong tornado that is nearly stationary out here in southwest Nebraska. It is the largest it's been, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it is a very large stovepipe right now, very strong tornado on the ground. So I've decided to just start up a live stream here, see if it lifts within 5 minutes of me starting. If you don't already have chasers pulled up, I highly recommend pulling up any chasers you can find. Most of the chasers we know are on this tornado warned storm here, and it is the velocities are peaking. From what I understand, this is that last scan, not this one, but the scan before it was the strongest rotation that it's had in its lifespan so far. So this should be the strongest this tornado's been. I'm just trying to figure out a few things real quick, get some stuff set up just briefly. Let's see, gonna go up here, get open chat. There we go. Welcome, Proxy, Indiana Sam. Thank you guys all for tuning back in to this stream. Like I said, I ended the stream. I think there was one tornado in southern Minnesota. And then we've had this on the ground for like the last almost like 45 some minutes or something. So just absolutely insane tornado that has been ongoing for multiple minutes, like what, 45 or so minutes. Oh, yeah, it is a huge, strong tornado right now. Wow. This is definitely the strongest it's been. Holy moly. It is ripping out here. Gracious day. Yeah, very intense tornado on the ground here. This is just to the northwest of Maywood in Nebraska. It is the only observed tornado warning we have, and it was the only tornado warning, but we just got a new tornado warning for an area of rotation that's moving to the northeast out here in northwest Kansas. But we're going to stay with the storm that's actively been producing the tornado of the year so far, in my opinion at least. Very close call, of course, was the New Mexico tornado earlier, I think last month, and then, of course, the Lake City, Arkansas tornado in, I believe it was March. But I think this is the tornado of the year. It is still a photogenic tornado just sitting here. It's been nearly in the same spot for the last 45, 50 minutes. Just absolutely insane. Pull up Weatherwise really quick. Get this over here. Yeah, so very strong rotation, as you can see here. Very, very strong rotation. I should get actually I don't have anything that's gonna loop this back far enough, so let's see how far back I can load this loop. See how far we can go back on GR2. But, I mean, it's really been right along, I think, south of this highway for 45, 50 minutes on the ground, just straight, just sitting right over this area. Yeah, it touched down just barely north of the highway, and it's just over 50 minutes. I mean, it's moved probably, I don't know, maybe like 5 some miles over the last 50 minutes. Let's see here. So where it is now to that report. Yeah, literally 5 miles in 50 minutes. Absolutely insane. It is a huge tornado, y'all. It's not a wedge, but oh my goodness, it is probably one of the biggest stovepipes I've ever seen. That is probably one of the biggest stovepipes I've ever seen. Gracious day, dude. And I mean, this is almost its entire life cycle. So yeah, this is its whole life cycle. Here you go. So it touched down right here at about 004Z. So that was about 53-ish minutes ago. And look how slow it has moved. And just barely moved. 5 miles in 50 or so minutes. Dude. Just insane. And then this is the reflectivity here. And you can see it pretty much just stalled. It's really just stalled out in this area. Dude. Still a huge, strong stovepipe on the ground. Absolutely insane tornado ongoing. Yeah, I know. I have multiple chasers up. I have multiple chasers up right now. Dude. Still a very, very large stovepipe. Oh my word, dude. Tornado warning was extended slightly to the southwest for the next hour. The next hour and 1 minute there. All the way till 10 p.m. Eastern. And it's in Nebraska. This is in Nebraska where we've had our... I believe this is just the second tornado that we weren't live for. One in southern Minnesota. And then this beast. Like I said, I went outside for 40 minutes. I went outside just after this storm formed. It wasn't tornado warned, so I had no idea about it. And then I went outside. I came back, and then that's when I was like, you know what? I might as well go live. It's still on the ground. Wow. Just a beast of a tornado sitting in an open field right here in the middle of nowhere in southwest Nebraska. Just insane. There's your debris signature. I mean, it's literally not picking up anything but just power poles and dust. And it's got a debris signature now. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. The chasers think it's roped out. Just a reminder, we're 9 minutes into the live stream. It would be wild if this thing ropes out after 55 minutes on the ground and it ropes out minutes after I start my live stream. That would be insanity. It's gotten a lot smaller now. Still definitely a tornado on the ground here. Still a tornado ongoing. Gracious day. A lot of down power lines, too. All over the road that this thing's on. I'm just amazed by how little this thing has moved. What's the storm motion they've put on this? Let's see. Nearly stationary. Nearly stationary. That's what they put on this. They didn't even put a miles per hour on it. They just put nearly stationary tornado on the ground. Wow. Yeah, so still a tornado ongoing with this storm southwest Nebraska. Wow, wow. That's literally the weakest it's been in 55 minutes. That's literally the weakest it's been in 55 minutes. Yep. Well, hey, at least I went live. At least we got to see the radar of it, so I could use this as archive. Say I did stream the Tornado of the Year in 2025. Barely, but I did. Um, I don't know. Could it cycle again? I mean, it's not impossible. It's not entirely impossible. What's the environment out here? I gotta go check. I gotta go check what environment produced Tornado of the Year out here. Wow. Wow. An environment with nearly no 0 to 1 kilometer helicity. Dude. Nearly no 0 to 1 kilometer helicity. A bunch of upper level wind shear, though. I mean, a bunch of upper level wind shear. Great instability. And it's got a 20-degree temperature dew point spread. 8767, and this thing produced Tornado of the Year with a very elevated profile. Wow. A new tornado warning in southern Minnesota. First one in quite a long time out here. Probably at least a good 20, maybe 30 minutes for Minnesota. That's just southwest of Janesville, southern Minnesota there. That tornado watch expires in a little over an hour. Actually, I believe it expires at 10 Eastern, right? Yeah. 56 minutes. Yeah, I do see it trying to do a meso handoff, Caden. I see it. It's trying to hand off to the south right out in here. Wouldn't surprise me if it does succeed, but man, the environment for wind shear is not favorable at all. Jeez. It's a small, thin little rope. I can't tell if it's on the ground, but it is. There's a rope. It may still be ongoing. Man. A bunch of lower level veering, minimal wind shear, and a very confined hodograph with an elevated profile. And let me see. One more thing. I think it's got, yeah, a bunch of lower level lapse rates too. Definitely not even close to the craziest profile I've seen. No, that's it roping out, Caden. It's not a new tornado. That's the old one roping out. Dude. I've got two weatherwises open. Let's close both of those. Or one of those, my bad. keeping one open, that's for sure. I want to go check this. Yep, there's the rotation tracks, and it's literally just a blob of rotation all inside that warning. Just a blob of rotation. That's its progression of rotation. That yellow and red is the rotation. It's just been fully stationary right there. All right, let's go back over to here. Trying to do a meso handoff just to the south. West of Maywood. Well west of Maywood. It's still on the ground. I'm pretty sure it's still on the ground. It's still a large in terms of length, not size. In terms of length, it's still a large rope. It's a very long rope. But I can't tell if it's on the ground because the person I'm watching is not pointing it towards the ground. They're just looking up in the sky at the rope. Dude. that is insane. That was insane. Caden, I don't think you remember any tornadoes from last year if you think that was the best tornado in the last 3 years. You also must not remember the one in Iowa in 2023. I'm assuming the one you're referring to is 3 years ago was probably Andover 2022. But nah, no, it ain't the best tornado in the last 3 years. I know that for a fact. As somebody who's been literally, I've seen probably about 1,000 tornadoes on radar over the last 3 years. There ain't no way that was the best tornado in the last 3 years. I can think of 2 or 3 that was better last year alone. Alone, 2 to 3 that was better last year. Jeez. Alright, I don't see it on the ground anymore. We'll see if it recycles. Let's go back up to Minnesota again. I wouldn't be surprised if that's about to be on the ground. Hold on, I know a chaser out here. See if he called it quits yet. Let's see. He did not call it quits yet. He's got a big wall cloud. I don't see anything down. Big old wall cloud, nothing on the ground with that in southern Minnesota. I don't see anything with our tornado warning in northwest Kansas anymore. Nothing too crazy with that, so keep an eye on the one in Minnesota, the one in southwest Nebraska. Those are going to be the 2 main ones that I'll keep an eye on here. I mean, the environment just keeps getting better from here on out, really. Wind shear will just keep increasing, but there should be a lot more clustering of this cluster here. There should be cells that fire off to the southwest that impede it. Man. Continuing the tornado warning in northwest Kansas for the next 33 minutes. Still radar indicated there. Look at the one in Minnesota, dude. Look at that. This thing looks... I mean, that would look insane in person, and it does. It looks wild. I'll tell you guys if a chaser gets a tornado on the ground there in southern Minnesota. Right now, I don't see it on the ground. Let me check the environment in southern Minnesota real quick. And by real quick, I mean let me wait an hour for the SPC site to load. Not that bad. Yeah, that's actually not a bad environment at all in south central Minnesota. And since the sun is set, those temps have definitely come down a bit. I could definitely see that producing a tornado at any moment there. I don't see a funnel yet, just a big wall cloud. Look at that. That is a crazy hook. Big time supercell there, southern Minnesota. Just south of Janesville. I know this storm's not going to be able to produce another tornado like it just did, but it could still produce a tornado. It's not going to be able to produce what it just produced. There ain't no way it's producing another 50-minute tornado like it just did. But it could still spin up a quick rope tornado. I could see that happening again. It wouldn't surprise me too much. Yeah, pretty much no rotation left on that, though. Continuing radar indicated tornado warning at southwest of Janesville in southwest Minnesota. Rotation, not very strong in it, but that reflectivity presentation is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, still a large wall cloud, nothing on the ground with that at the moment. The one here in southwest Nebraska, I don't see even a wall cloud with it anymore. Most of the chasers are just trying to see if there was any homes damaged and trying to get away from the dirt paths and all the power lines down. Trying to regroup and just figure out what the next plan is for this storm. It's probably just gonna die out. If I had to guess, it's probably just gonna die right out. The wall cloud's it's gotten a lot smaller in southern Minnesota. It's not as large anymore. It is still rotating, though. Absolutely crazy tornado. Possibly the tornado of the year. I think it was tornado of the year because it was so stationary in an open field. It went through multiple phases, and it was photogenic and very photogenic because of the elevated profile. It was a very elongated, long tornado, a very long tornado lengthwise from cloud to ground. And it lasted for about 50 some minutes. So I think that was probably the best tornado that we've had. And in terms of like just craziness, tornado of the year. Probably since, let's see, I can't remember the tornado from last year that I'm thinking of, but it was I can't remember it, but probably since like May of last year. I know a very close tornado to tornado of the year was the one earlier this month in Western Texas. We've had a few. We had the one in New Mexico, this one, the one in West Texas, and then Lake City, Arkansas. There's like 4 to 5 tornadoes that, in my opinion, are like almost all tied for tornado of the year. I think this one, though, in my opinion, it's a little bit slightly ahead. Nah, no tornado on the ground in Minnesota. No, there's Chaser there. Doesn't have it on the ground. There's like 10 Chasers, so. The Chaser I'm watching does not have it on the ground. I don't think this is going to recycle again, honestly. I don't see it recycling. Okay. Go back to Northwest Kansas. Pretty much no rotation on that. That's really fallen apart. All right. I don't see the one. I don't see it on the ground unless you're talking about a different one. The one in Minnesota is not on the ground. I don't see it on the ground. It probably will be on the ground pretty soon. Yeah, my source is not a CC drop. My source is a Chaser on the ground looking right at the wall cloud saying no tornado. My source isn't radar. Let me go back over to the Chasers here. I don't know. It could already be recycling. It's no longer observed. It could already try to, could already be trying to recycle. No, I didn't see the tornado one in Kentucky. Like I said, I was outside for like 40 minutes straight, and then I came back to this tornado. Man. All right, well, I'll keep an eye on this, and if I deem it necessary, I'll come back to stream again if it's another tornado of the year. But I'm gonna head off here right now. This was an urgent live stream for likely the tornado of the year. I don't think I'll be back on unless it does something crazy again. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, mods from on chat. Thank you everyone for being here. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great rest of your night. Prepare for it to drop another tornado because I ain't gonna be looking at radar for a couple minutes, but once I come back, we'll see if I need to go live or not. So, yeah, just have a great rest of your night. Stay weather aware, and if I deem it necessary, I may be back on tonight. Other than that, I'll be back on tomorrow. Have a great